Good evening, everybody. We'll call this meeting to order. Let's take a moment of silence. Let's stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Next item is approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the agenda.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I, Ronix Taylor.
Aye. Motion is carried. Next item is the conflict of interest statement.
In accordance with the rules of procedures adopted by this board in section 153A-44 of the North Carolina General Statutes, it is the duty of every member present to vote on all matters coming before the board, unless there is a conflict of interest as determined by the board or by law. Does any board member have a conflict of interest with respect to any agenda item coming before the board today? If so, please identify the conflict and the board will consider the matter.
No conflict, Ronix Taylor.
No conflict.
No conflict.
No conflict. All right, the next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the consent agenda.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? All right, if not, all in favor of approval of the consent agenda signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I, Ronix Taylor.
Aye. All right, motion is carried. Next item is citizens' comments.
For those citizens who have signed up to speak, please approach the podium when you are recognized. Your comments will be limited to 5 minutes, and the chair will cut off any speakers exceeding their allotted time. If you have any questions of the board, you will receive a response from the board or county staff. The board will not engage in a dialogue with you during your allotted time. Pursuant to North Carolina law, this time is allotted on the agenda to allow the public commentary of the county business. This is not an open forum to be critical of the performance of any commissioner or county employee, and the chair will maintain the order and decorum of the meeting. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, we have 3 forms.
Okay, call the first one.
Earl Daniels. Turn on it. Turn it on.
How about now? Is that better?
Yes, that's
Okay.
all.
Mr. Chairman and Board, my questions tonight were really for the county attorney, but obviously he's not here. So I'd like to just bring to your attention a couple of questions I have regarding his contract and some that concerns of us, the citizens. Mr. McKellar's contract specifically states, quote, "He shall perform all such legal services and render advice to the county on such occasions and matters as may be requested to properly and adequately represent the county," end of quote. I interpret that to mean that his contract is for legal services and advice. If I'm wrong, please someone tell me so. The next question has nothing to do with yes or no, but Some of us want to know, what is his authority to receive compensation for performing an administrative service of acting secretary of the board? From July the 22nd, 2024 to January the 16th, 2025, he was paid over $16,000 for an administrative service that is not in his employment contract. You might find it interesting to know the Local Government Commission does not know of any other county in the state of North Carolina that has an acting secretary to the board. And I don't believe the county has a job description for one. So how can one act in the capacity of a position that does not exist? Again, Mr. Chairman, I respectfully request to know the attorney's authority to receive compensation to perform an administrative function that is not in his contract, nor which there are not any amendments, and there is no job description. Respectfully, I add this arrangement smells a lot like another contract that the board alleged to have agreed upon in closed session, but failed to vote on in open session. In the other case, the vote came over 3 years after the violation and resulted in unauthorized expenditures to the county. In closing, I respectfully request that each board member reread the words contained in your oath of office. For those of us who attend these meetings, we deserve more than words of appreciation for attending and expressing our concerns. We deserve the actions you were elected to perform. Actions speak much louder than words. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sylvia Vincent.
Good evening, Board of Commissioners and others in attendance this evening.
Good evening.
I've complained greatly about the smell of smoke that is a product of Sun Energy One burning debris. They burn huge piles of debris, with some of them almost half the height of this building. They don't extinguish them at night. They smolder, so we smell. If you smell it, you breathe it. They are now, along with the burning, driving poles in the ground, making a very, very, very loud noise. All last week, we heard loud hammering sounds. Saturday morning, we wake up to the same sound. On Sunday morning, we woke up to the same sound, hammering all day long. Sunday afternoon at 6:00 p.m., they were still driving poles, hammering, hammering, hammering. That went on all day long. I'm telling you this because we need the assistance of our government. On Saturday and Sunday, at least, why put us through that? When I say us, I'm speaking on behalf of the entire community, which is the Voltaire community, that must listen to that irritating noise. Sun Energy One is getting away with murder because they have made a comment already saying the county can't do anything to stop them. So now what? I hope that while you work on the ordinance, you will consider these issues, these very serious issues that we bring before you, and not let this solar company hold Northampton County hostage. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris Vincent.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, I'm here in regards to what we're encountering at the moment. That is the noise. It is absurd. I'm sure if all of us start our work week on Mondays and look forward to a peaceful, quiet weekend when Friday arrives, that's not the situation here. My family has upcoming family reunions that we have carried out peacefully for quite a few decades in our neighborhood. I'm assuming this is not going to be the case this year due to the noise. I served on jury duty this week. It was a long, tiresome week, but to come home to fast, constant, and repetitive banging noise every evening and to have to encounter that on a Saturday and all day Sunday as well is unfair. Sundays are supposed to be a day of special significance when families seek peace, worship, rest, reflection, and family gatherings. The only people that this noise affects are the citizens in Voltaire community, not Michael Ray, who is the landowner, nor Sun Energy, who is the contractor. We all pay our fair taxes as well. And as And as any other citizens in the county, we expect some enjoyment of our property and homes. Other counties label this situation that we're encountering as a nuisance when it affects a citizen in their home. We ask the same support from our commissioners. I called 911 yesterday, stated this is a non-emergency call. I stated, it is early morning, a Sunday morning at that. My family has to be awakened by a loud banging from a construction site. About 10 minutes later, I received a call back from Officer Williams stating that he's returning my call. His statement was, aren't they working? And there's nothing in the ordinance that prohibits that. But if it was music, I could come out. And that it wasn't music, I'm not coming out. How do officers dictate who they serve if we pay taxes? This is the second time this has happened. Why do we respect a company who doesn't respect our citizens? Yesterday, one of our citizens went to the site and said, hey, man, we have myself, elders, and others trying to rest. The worker said, man, I know, I'm sorry, but Rodney, the operation manager, doesn't care about the citizen, made us work. That's clearly a company that doesn't care about the county nor the citizens that live in it. We ask that you implement something that restricts non-essential industrial noise and set decibel limits on construction sites. Your attention to this matter would demonstrate a commitment to the well-being of your county's constituents. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, those are all the forms we have.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next item is the tax administrator appointment.
Oath of office, tax assessor and tax collector for North Carolina, Northampton County. Ms. Jamie Mason, could you please come? Could you please stand in front of me? Could you please stand near her? Thank you. Could you please raise your right hand and place your left hand on the Bible? Thank you. I
Jamie Mason.
do solemnly swear or affirm that I
Jamie Mason.
will support and maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that I
Jamie Mason.
will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as a tax assessor and tax collector of the County of Northampton, North Carolina, and that I
Jamie Mason.
will not allow my actions as a tax assessor and tax collector to be influenced by personal or political friendship or obligation, so help me God. Thank you.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the economic development matters.
We only have one quick item, and that is the approval of the contract to Stock Engineering for the construction, not construction, the design and permitting for the Thompson Park. Funds for this project will be paid.
Oh, never mind, sorry. Bad. The funds for this contract will be paid using grant funds from the Golden Leaf Foundation.
Say what? Repeat that.
The funds for this contract will be paid for, using the Golden Leaf grant funds. This is for the awarding of the contract to our engineer, Stocks Engineer, who's our lead engineer on the project.
Okay, do we need to vote on this tonight?
No, it's not required, no.
Okay, all right. I'll,
If you have any questions, either now or at the next meeting, just let me know.
anyone have any questions for Derek?
Just so everybody knows, what was the grant money amount?
This was 1.5 million that was announced at the last board meeting. from Golden Leaf Foundation. And that's for the construction of a sewer line at the Commerce Park on Lebanon Church Road.
Mr. Bennett, did you put out any other, you chose Stocks Engineering, did you put out any other proposals to other engineering companies for the bid?
No, last year, we sent out RFQs for all of the consultants on the project, and Stocks Engineer was selected as the main engineer for this project. So an RFQ was put out last year, and he was awarded the contract. Or selected as the engineer, but this is for the contract award.
When is our deadline? When do you need to?
Next meeting is fine. Yep.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions for Mr. Bennett? I will answer that, even though it's not a public comment time period. To allow any industrial, when you're trying to attract an industry, they want infrastructure there. And any industry is going to need a sewer line to take away their wastewater. There's no specific project at this time. We're trying to get infrastructure in so that it will help attract potential clients for the Commerce Park.
That is correct.
Anyone else on the board have any questions? If not, we will take up the vote at the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Bennett.
Okay. He'll take care.
Next item is Health Department matters.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Tate. I'm the Director of Nursing at Northampton County Health Department. Our Health Director, Megan Vick, is on vacation and asked that I present the two decision papers that you've been provided with. The decision papers are the same except for the purpose of the incentive contract, which is one is the primary care services and the second one is the health equity services. Difference is number 4 for the facts, which is a difference performance measure that correlates to whichever purpose of contract it is. This will be no cost to the health department. On the contrary, it should generate additional revenue. We are already under contract with United Healthcare, and we have quality measures. There's like 54 that we are already under contract to meet. This is an incentive. If we meet in these 2 areas, that gives us additional money to meet these incentives. The health department provides services to United Healthcare Community Plan Medicaid members. United Healthcare is offering an opportunity for the health department to participate in the 2025 United Healthcare Community Plan Primary Care Professional Incentive Program, where we can earn incentive payments for helping patients who are members become more engaged in their preventive health care. The program rewards eligible practices that meet performance targets related to specific HEDIS, which is Healthcare Effective Data and Information Set. The performance measures include, for the primary care, includes the cervical cancer screening, chlamydia screenings, and glycemic status for patients with diabetes, immunizations, well child visits, prenatal and postpartum care. Estimated incentive payments are paid on a quarterly basis, then a final payment in quarter 3 of 2026 will be paid less the amount of the estimated payments. Performance measure targets and incentive payments are listed on the last page of the agreements. The agreement was presented to and approved by the Board of Health on July 8, 2025, in addition to the county attorney on July 11th of 2025.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Could I get a motion to approve these decision papers then? There's no additional cost to us.
Okay, just make us more money, hopefully.
What?
Just make us more money, hopefully.
Right.
I move we approve.
Second?
Right. Any discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Broadnax Taylor?
Aye. Motion is carried. Thank you. Okay, do you have any tax department matters, Ms. Mason, tonight? Okay. Finance department, do we have any matters tonight? Okay. Well, we're to the county manager and board comments portion of the meeting.
Good evening again, everyone. I have a couple of items I wanted to go over. On last week, we had a couple of citizens to call in complaining that their trash was not picked up. It affected a couple of towns, and we followed up with GFL, and I did speak to Patrick Luce, who is the government contracting manager. And we have Conway, Murfreesboro, Woodland, Milwaukee, Severn, and Woodland. Not every resident was affected, but these towns were affected by, they had technical difficulties. Basically, their trucks, a couple of their trucks broke down. They had to get replacement trucks, and that really disturbed the pickup rotation. Again, I spoke to Patrick on today, and they assured me and the county that they would be back on track by tomorrow, close of business tomorrow. They'll be back on track. They did get 3 additional trucks from their neighboring company. So they'll be back on track. And I spoke to one of the citizens just before I came here, and basically told them that I would follow up with them again on tomorrow evening, just to make sure that the promise that we were made, that it will happen. There is a posting on the website, the county's website, as well as Public Works website, basically stating the same thing, that, you know, there was a breakdown in their equipment, and that they will be back on track on tomorrow. That's it for that, for GFL. Do have an announcement. You all know Chris Collier. He is our fire chief and fire marshal. We had our interviews conducted on last week for the director of emergency management, and I'm pleased to announce that Chris Collier was selected for that position. Chris comes to us, again, you all know him very well, very energetic young man, cares about what he does, respects folks, respects the county, really cares about people. He has firefighting experience, he has the sheriff's department experience, and for the last year, he's been working closely with Mr. Burnett in emergency management while he was serving as the fire marshal. So again, it gives me pleasure to select Chris Collier as our new emergency management director. Those are all the announcements I have for tonight. Again, I want to thank the citizens for coming out and showing your interest. Again, if you don't speak, no one hears you. So we do thank you for that. That's all I have.
All right. We'll start on my left with Ms. Broadnax Taylor for commissioner comments.
I saw Ms. Mason's hand up. Are you all right, Ms. Mason? Okay. I'd like to thank the citizens for coming, but I just wanted to let you all know there's some good things going on in Northampton County. And then there's some not so good things going on in Northampton County. there could be some improvements done in Northampton County. But I'm gonna talk about the good things first, okay? I'd like to apologize to I see some of my good Gaston citizens here. I see the mayor here. I see Mr. Richie Hard. I see Miss Belinda Joyner. I miss the youth speak up and speak out the other night. For some reason, I feel like, I don't know why, I think I can go to 2 events at one time. I don't know why I think I can go to one half for one thing and one half to another. I'm on the Cater Executive Board, and I said, well, I'll go to Cater first, then I'll go to Speak Up and Speak Out. It didn't work out that well, so I'm sorry that I missed that. But I saw you on Facebook, and I liked what I heard. I liked what I heard from the young people in this county with their ideas and their thoughts about Northampton County. And I apologize for not being there with you in person. Then on Saturday, the Recreation Department, Northampton County Recreation Department, gave a fabulous book, backpack and book, school supplies giveaway. It was out of this world. Bouncy houses, music, food, and what really did my heart glad was to see the people from the county offices come out and give of their Saturdays to help volunteer, from law enforcement, social services, everybody to pull together to make it happen for the young people in this county. Of the Chamber of Commerce had a bag full of hamburgers. They didn't have hot dogs. I don't want to start embellishing the truth now, but they had a nice bag of hot hamburgers that they cooked for the young people. Then they had a truck, an icy truck. It was fantastic. But what was fantastic was the way that Northampton County pulled together to make it happen. That's what made it really, really special. So good things do happen. The third thing I want to close on, in my conversations with the people of this county, I'm hearing that they want to come forth and talk about the issues of this county, but they're afraid of retaliation by department heads. That is very concerning to me. That in this day and time, as grown people, you still are afraid of retaliation by other grown folk, what will happen to you if you speak out and tell the truth about what's going on in your department. Very concerning. But good things are happening in Northampton County. And I'd like to thank you all, and I see some of you all that were here on Saturday. But thank you again for making it happen in Northampton County. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. We'll come back to my right, Commissioner Kedra Whitaker. Comments, yes.
I'd like to say good evening to everyone. And so my comments won't be very long at all, but again, just want to, again, thank all of our county and our staff for all that you do. Thanking, again, all of our citizens that come out to the meetings and so on and so forth. Want to give a huge highlight to the Liberation Day that we had for Northampton County. It was hosted in Rich Square. The Liberation Day Committee did a fantastic job. So we want to just really thank the planning committee. We want to thank our my fellow board of commissioners, as well as our staff, Dr. Phillips, and also Dr. Gatlin, and all of the staff that I saw come out. I don't want to call names, but I saw several. So again, Ms. Mason, I see Mr. Loach out in the audience, and several others that came out and to support us on that day. And so again, it was an awesome event. We just appreciate everybody being involved. And again, just emphasizing the importance of just having a positive, healthy, productive, safe working environment. And again, just thanking, like I said, the citizens for coming out, for bringing their voices forth. Again, we hear your concerns and we do our best to address them. And that pretty much concludes my comments on tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Edwards?
And I'd like to say, too, that I hear a lot of good comments now, and that's very positive. You know, we get a lot of complaints. I guess all of our commissioners do, but, you know, we hear the complaints.
Absolutely.
But I do hear a lot of good things that are going on in the county, and I appreciate that, because we have to take the good with the bad, and then we got to try to work on correcting the bad. And until we know that, I appreciate you guys coming and letting us know, because a lot of times we're the last people to know about it. So without your voice to let us know where you want to go, then we can't make the county any better. So again, I do appreciate even the bad, because I can't correct the good because I don't want to. So thank you for coming out. You know, we're doing what we can. Things don't get corrected overnight, but I do appreciate the opportunity to get to talk about it, the problems we have, and hopefully we can correct all of them. But you know, that's something we're going to really work towards. But thank you for your comments. Thank you for being here, and have a safe trip back.
Chair Martin, I apologize. It was something I omitted. I want to just share that the Rich Square Fire Department, they participating in the cutting of some of the debris that was down that road that's near Creasy. And so I forgot to share at our last meeting, but we definitely appreciate the Rich Square Fire Department for volunteering to do that. And we're looking forward to continue to improve that area. And then also, I don't want to omit any other departments that were present that participated with Liberation Day. We had the Sheriff's Department, the Department of Social Services, Health Department, just several other community partners that were out there. And I just want to make sure I didn't omit anybody, but I want to make sure I gave that highlight to the Rich Square Fire Department, and also Mayor Newcomb, and also Town Commissioner Williams. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Vice Chairman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I echo the sentiments of my fellow commissioners. And rather than comments, I just want to state that I heard something at the beginning, action. And I appreciate that comment, that your action speaks louder. And a lot of great things going in Northampton County when we look at the county as a whole. However, there are some concerns. And each meeting, we hear the citizens comment and we listen. And those things called actions are what we definitely need to be about. And again, I appreciate that comment. When you look at what we have going on in Northampton County, solar energy, sun energy specifically, in Viva, continuous conversation about water, and also now PETA, with tethering concerns. And I want to thank the mayors who have taken a proactive stance in looking at the tethering laws, who have given those ordinances in their towns. And it's something that we as a county need to take a whole hard look at. Was grateful to participate in the mayor's roundtable that happened last week, where we had the mayors of each township come, talk about economic development. So thank you, Dr. Phillips, Mr. Bennett. Great conversation, because economic development is a driver for Northampton County. But the concerns continue to mount. And the concerns mean action need to be taken. We must, as a commission board, take a more active stance in the concerns that we hear as it affects our daily operation in concert with Dr. Phillips. So as a commitment, more action needs to be done. And I think that this time now is a time for us to be more proactive for the concerns that we constantly hear about the things that's happening in Northampton County. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I need to jump back real quickly. We forgot to actually vote on Ms. Mason. Could I get a motion to approve Ms. Mason as our tax assessor and tax collector? She has completed her classes and certification test.
I make a motion that we approve Ms. Mason as our tax, you said collector and assessor? Okay.
I'll second.
All right, have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I, Broadnax Taylor.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. You officially approved. That was my oversight, sorry. Okay, now I'll get to my comments. I want to thank everybody for making their comments, and we will look into things. I know some places do have regulations about your work hours and work days for noise and so forth. I'm not sure what we have, if anything, on the books, but we can look into that. And I would like to echo Commissioner Whitaker's comments. I went to the Liberation Day, and I thought it was very well done. Very hot, but it was very well done, and I enjoyed it. Had to leave a little early because I had my grandsons coming to visit, but I was there for the first couple hours. But it was very well done, and I thought it was nice little event. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, and we do value your voices and look forward to seeing you again at the next meeting. If not, could I now get a motion to go into closed session?
I move we go in closed session.
Second. Oh, I'm getting me, okay.
GS 143-318-11A4 EDC report. GS 143-318-11A6 personnel.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I, Broadnax Taylor.
Aye. Motion is carried. We will now go into closed session.